Hello YouTube, it is Kate the Great. I am Kate the Great. I make videos of all kinds, and today I'll be talking about sacrifice.
It's Kate the Great, Kate the Conqueror, doing whatever to get through obstacles. She got a pocket full of love, some faith in a hug, and a little bit more than an ounce of dope. Kate the Great, Kate the Conqueror, doing whatever to get through obstacles. She got a pocket full of...
Sacrifice is something that you have to risk in order to gain the reward. That's how business folks would speak about it, like risk versus reward, you know, especially within like the stock market. They'll be like, oh, I'm gonna risk this much amount of money because I know I'm gonna get that like 4 times back, you know. Sacrifice is something that I've been seeing a repetition of in my life, especially because I realized that like I have to sacrifice things for my mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual, and those are the things that matter the most to me. Really, I've been having to sacrifice a lot of connections with people in order to like be okay emotionally and mentally. Not everybody can come onto the ride with you, so sometimes you have to sacrifice certain friendships in order to be okay within your own space. I think if we jump into the conversation sacrifice, a lot of us do it a lot, especially like if you want something, you desire something, and you know you don't need it at that particular moment, so you hold off on yourself. A particular community that's really familiar with sacrificing, I could say, is college students. Sometimes you have to put that extra effort into doing that homework or doing those papers. Sometimes you have to miss out either on events. Sacrificing sleep. It's a particular community I could say that is familiar with sacrifice because you have to put in so much work within trying to gain this degree. So college students are very familiar with sacrifice. Some sacrifices are harder than the other, especially as people who become parents. I know that you can't do all the things that you want to do or you were going to do before you became a parent. And so that's why a lot of people be like, do this before you get pregnant, do this before you get pregnant. But in my head, I feel like you could do it all. I feel like you could accomplish it all while being a parent, especially if you are co-parenting with someone. At the end of the day, I feel like all human beings sacrifice something in order to gain benefit, whether that's within your work, money, children, degrees, anything, and I feel like we all go through this moment of sacrificing something in order to gain something, and sometimes certain things are worth the sacrifice and other things aren't, especially once you reap the benefit eventually. It may not be like tomorrow you reap the benefit, but you eventually reap the benefit by next year or maybe years down the line, so just always remembering that why you sacrifice or what you did sacrifice. The things that we sacrifice and the opportunities we let go will always come back around if it was meant to be ours, So just because you sacrifice something at the moment and it'll always be available, the world is always available within you giving your sacrifice, you feel me? Like, don't ever feel like you're missing out. The world is going to continue being a world despite you. What really got to me was this week I had did a water fast for a day, and it was very, very hard. And I'm just like, like, this food that you want is always here, like it's okay, like it's always here. And I just had to sacrifice the fact that like I wanted the food that I wanted, even though I was doing a water fast. And so that what came to the conclusion of like why I started to talk about sacrifice and how like the things that you want will always be here. I am Kate the Great. Thank you for tuning in and listening to what I have to say about sacrifice and my many lessons of what I learned this week and how I like to share it to the world. Subscribe, like, tell me something you have to sacrifice once in life, or tell me something you're going to have to sacrifice in the future. Comment down below, share with a friend or a foe, and peace out.
It's Kate the Great, Kate the Conqueror, doing whatever to get through obstacles. She got a pocket full of love, some faith in a hug, and a little bit more than